it's fun to have this young lady here.
It is.
You know, we've waited for a good while since Mr. Gomez introduced us to each other on the telephone one day.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, Elizabeth Lockhart and I have been buddies.
Yeah.
Since you got here, we've been buddies.
Angel, my angel. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, he
that's
always
right.
leads me
That's
in the
right.
right direction, this one over here.
Angel.
He's an angel
We're
in
talking about
disguise.
Angela
Yeah.
He is.
Oh no.
Yeah, we want to welcome you to the music room. Welcome you to Waxahachie,
Thank you.
and enjoyed the music set immensely.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yes.
Let's get back to basics with this lady. What do you think, Kelly?
Well, yeah, let's kind of start. She mentioned that she's lived in Texas before, and she's originally from Oklahoma.
But
and
you know,
she's
she
in
didn't mention
Florida
it
now.
in this part of the show. Do that all over again.
Okay, sorry. I only blew your.
God, blow it again.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm kidding.
So, born and raised.
Born and raised in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It was lovely there. I, have an aversion to trees, actually, because of just being a plains girl and seeing that big sky.
Flatlanders.
Yeah, Flatlanders. There you go.
Yeah,
There's a
that's
book
right.
about that, and it's really good. It's interesting. Kids book.
It's actually interesting people,
Hmm.
and you're one of them.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, when you left Oklahoma City, where'd you go, and when was that?
Well, let's see. What year it was, I couldn't even tell you, but I just went like any normal girl off to music school. I got a scholarship to Midwestern State University, and I had been told that the voice teacher there was extraordinary, and his name is Dr. Don Maxwell. And, it ends up that a lot of other people gravitated towards him, so we had a really nice little music department that, we did all kinds of things. We ended up starting an opera program together there, and we were big buds and having a good time, and really flourished there under Dr. Maxwell's. He kind of let us do what we wanted, and so we got to be creative, which was nice.
Yeah, that is.
Mhm.
That is.
When you were going to school there,
Mm-hmm.
he mixed different art forms, I take it.
No, I did strictly opera, really. Art songs in the.
Did you do performing too?
I was a voice major, in operas specifically there.
So, but it would be performing arts as well as musical arts.
I
right?
did musical theater quite a bit in high school,
Okay.
and I'm trying to think if I did any musical theater there, and then I did some in grad school as well.
Very
So,
well.
but I didn't do much that in college. Really, just voice. But it includes art songs, and art songs are really spectacular. They're by composers like Debussy and Ravel, and they were playing in cafes. They were like folk musicians in Paris during their day, and so I very much related with that. And then I liked the contemporary opera because it was a stranger format and a little bit more avant-garde, and you got to be more creative. So I always thought I'd have a career in kind of avant-garde opera, but
And you may yet.
I had different plans.
Well, what changed your mind? What got you more towards the folky side of life?
Well, the Kerrville Folk Festival, first of all, during that college, and that got me writing, and that got me playing guitar. But, I didn't have a lot of time for that until later when I had my kids. But I really, hearing Joan Baez, huge influence.
I can hear that.
I absolutely, I automatically sounded like her. So it was a real easy fit for me. It was just, and then I was in I was in the Piedmont Opera for a season in my grad school. I went to graduate school in North Carolina. So from Midwestern State, I went to North Carolina and to North Carolina School of the Arts, and that's where I had my family and so forth. But there I got to perform in the Piedmont Opera, and to be honest, don't tell anyone. But I would be smoking cigarettes down with the tenors, and the diva soprano would be locked in a box, like literally in her dressing room. She was always just a supreme diva, just very like, I can't talk, I can't do anything, I can't blah blah blah, leave me alone. And I realized real quick that after that season of opera, I was like, you know what, this is not the place for me at all.
Wow.
And yeah, so, and I'm not saying cigarettes are good because they're gross and you should never start smoking them, and I don't smoke cigarettes now. But back in the day, it was more fun to hang out with the tenors in the basement. So,
So, let's back up way early, like when you were a little girl. When did you start singing, or when did you get this innate desire to perform?
it happened really, really early. I want to say I was 8, and we had auditions for a solo, and it was it was in this show called Pioneer Settler's Wife, and my solo was, I'm a pioneer settler's wife, and I lead a rugged life. So it was just like this really folky kind of thing.
Your voice to me is very Celtic too. It's,
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
we just lost a good friend who was one of our in the
Would have
music room
loved her.
veterans. Oh yeah, Jed would have loved you, and he is a great guitarist, but also just a great person who really portrayed that form of music in everything he did. He couldn't get away from the Appalachian or the Celtic influence
Yeah.
in what he did, and it's really his background. We'll talk about Jed Moran, but I hear that in you too, and I mean I could see very easily how you could drift in and out of Celtic, classic Celtic things.
Absolutely love it. You know, I love that is really the music that probably resonates with me the most, or the traditional songs. I'm starting to write in ballad style, which I'm super excited about, and doing a lot more storytelling in my songs. And in fact, about to go in the studio and record, this album's almost done, and I'm going to record my family song, which is a 10-minute folk song, and tells the story of my being adopted and finding out who my real family was, or not real family, because I had a spectacular family. My biological family, yes. So that's been a really interesting journey too. But
were you able to find out who was the singer in the biological
yes,
family?
I was. My granddaddy, and he was about to be on a radio show, and he crashed with his wife, ran on black ice, and crashed into the Evergreen Lake, and they pulled him up the next day, and they found him in a hugging.
Oh, wow.
They found them hugging and frozen to death.
Oh.
And that was the first thing I learned about my family, and I was like, oh, I really can be a folk singer now.
Tragedy.
So I mean, I don't mean to laugh at you, Grandpa, but no, but really, he is rumored to have sounded like Hank Williams, and I've got these beautiful photos of him in his band, and they had an accordion player, a lap steel guitar, so he was doing exactly what I was doing. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps on if you came out, I mean, goosebumps, like,
wow.
And even stranger, after that experience I had, I found out my grandmother's name, and her name's Geraldine, and I had this little calico kitty come to my house and scratch on the door, and I opened the door, and I grabbed the kitty, and I was like, my very own kitty. And I called my dad my very own daddy. And so when I said that, he just melted and let me keep the kitty. And I said, I'm going to name her Geraldine. And everyone was like, Geraldine, what's up? Where'd you get that name?
I thought you were tripping out on Flip Wilson.
But you had no idea at the time that you named your cat.
No, so, I swear that's my grandmother. So
the cat's your grandmother.
Come to visit. I've come to visit.
Stranger things can happen. You just never know.
You know, a person I would like to see you meet sometime who would also enjoy you and your singing is our friend Danny O'Flaherty.
Oh, yes.
Danny grew up on the west coast of Ireland, and he spoke Gaelic until he was 12. Never spoke English till he was 12.
I do need to meet Danny.
He went through 2 terrible car wrecks recently. I know he'll be listening to this too. So Danny, we've been talking, and you're coming back. You're not only coming back, you're going to come back and meet this lady when you do.
And Danny, I really need to learn Gaelic, so I'm hoping you can help me out with that, because I have a really pretty hymn that has been, it's aching to be sung. And
I'm going to put you guys together on Facebook
Yes.
tomorrow. Danny
Okay.
O'Flaherty, he's fantastic Irish tenor and just singer. He's that, when you think of Well, and I kid him about it because I call him Danny Boy. I mean, when you get it, yeah,
Of course
right?
you got
know,
it.
Of course.
I mean, but he is that character
Right.
as well.
Yeah,
You know,
neat.
so he's the perfect guy. And he and I have been talking recently. He's up in Newfoundland right now, and he's going to make a comeback. He's gonna be,
Yay.
and when he does, I'm going to try to get you and him together.
Oh,
Okay?
that'd be spectacular.
Somewhere, because that would be fun.
Fun.
And he and I've been looking for somebody for him to get together with and do some music with, and so you might be the perfect person.
Yeah,
Certainly,
there you go.
your voices would mesh. So, tell us about how people reach you. Like, if they want to get a hold of you, do you have a website? Is there a proper way to get a hold of you?
There is. Well, I have ElizabethLockhartMusic.com, and pretty much everything else is under Elizabeth Lockhart Music. So you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm not on Twitter yet, but I probably will set that up. I also have to do the
disease.
I'll be on the Reverb Nation and all of that stuff coming up soon. But right now you can visit my website and email me. I'm also doing a special promotion for the CDs, so if anybody would like to get a free download, if you like what you heard tonight, then you may just submit your email to my website, and I'll send you a free download. So
Same way, if they'd like to book you for a house concert or something like that, just contact you through the website.
Absolutely, you can contact me through the website, through Facebook, through my email as well, which is also ElizabethLockhartMusic@gmail. So you can reach me any way you like. I
Perfect.
check everything regularly. So
Have you thought about, or have you planned on doing any kind of European tours at all?
oh, I would love to do a European tour because of the French song as well, and I do some fun other kind of 60s French cover tunes and things. So
Oh, really?
but
That's an eclectic market.
Yeah, that's
French
way.
cover tunes from the 60s.
Let me think if I can find it.
Trust me,
We thought about it.
No, it's like My Boy Lollipop and whatever.
C'est le temps de la vie, le temps de l'amour. You remember that one, Francois
I
Hardy?
don't, but
No.
sing some more. I was liking it.
Oh, wow.
I was
Well,
starting
you-
to do the bird thing.
Before you went out on your journey as an independent singer-songwriter and musician, you were playing in bands, correct?
I did. I had all kinds of projects. One being a world music project, which was Porta Sonora, but all of them really great. And I've used a lot of the songs and reinvented them acoustically, and it's been a beautiful process. And then after that, I was in a band called, that I started a project with another person, and really interesting, he's a drummer, and I was not playing guitar in the project. And so, it was an electronic music project, but it was really fun, really a lot of fun. We would glue lace to our face and, go out and perform, and,
Wow.
it was pre-Lady Gaga, so yeah.
So you're the one who started it all.
Well, I was a little upset.
Yeah, I bet.
It's like, hey, you stole my act. No, just kidding.
Well,
No, but actually, like, nothing ever fit.
you
nothing
say something
ever
like
was-
that because there was a guy named, we know the real Alex Harvey, right? But there's another guy that's famous overseas in Britain named Alex Harvey, who used to do an act all over Europe. That's where Kiss got their ideas.
Oh, yeah.
And so there's two famous Alex Harvey. So I mean, you never know.
You never
Step
know.
right in.
True.
You never know.
So
yeah.
she may have seen you or something and stepped it up.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
But yeah, it was a lot of fun, but it was never the right fit for me. And the first time it was like the folk festival. That first time I was there, I knew it was the right fit for me.
Right.
And I did other things. I don't know why I did other things. It's interesting. You wonder. I wonder why I didn't.
Well, because you have to test the waters. You
I
have to be
guess so.
certain where your place is.
Mhm.
You know pretty darn quick when it's not.
Right.
But you also know when it is. And
Yeah.
that's a beautiful time. So
It is.
I'm glad you're going back to Kerrville. Because
Yeah.
I think you're a perfect fit for Kerrville.
Thank you.
And you'll make probably
Thank
lifelong
you.
friends like you did the last time you were
Absolutely. Yeah, and I get to go to Sisters as well in Oregon, so that's another great
And
place.
we're
there.
gonna
So
be
we're
up
gonna
there
be up
too.
there too
Yay!
soon.
We'll be
Yeah,
at
I-
Sisters. We'll be at Sisters within the next 60 days. So.
Yeah.
I have never been there,
I
so
haven't either.
I am super not to the state at all. So
Well,
I'm,
I will tell you, the state's beautiful,
Mm.
and Sisters is the bomb.
wow.
Yeah, and
Can't
since
wait.
we're
I've
probably
lived there
gonna,
twice.
since
so-
we're probably gonna be there before you, we'll scope out all the cool places to play and let
Oh,
you know.
yes, thank you.
All right.
Yes, and I do need to plan some gigs around the area. So anybody in that area watching,
you
I would love
go.
to come play.
Elizabeth Lockhart music.
Wichita
Well,
Falls.
Yeah, yeah. Again, it's been such a pleasure having you, and I really look forward to seeing you again and hearing more of you and seeing what life holds for you, because I think that you've got a lot of cool stuff coming ahead of you.
Thank
I'm
you,
looking forward to her
sweetheart.
coming
Thank you.
back and being a part of In the Music Room.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank
It
you.
won't be long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
My pleasure. So stay tuned for Widow's Walk. That will be done August, just to let y'all know my CD. And I'm super excited to be releasing it. First debut folk album. So
Now, I told you we'd do an impromptu thing with you if you come out here after your release.
There you
awesome.
go.
Very cool. I would love it.
Okay.
Of course. Any excuse to come.
Okay, we can take a second. I want to thank everybody again for coming and being here tonight, and all you listeners out there that have been kind of a part of In the Music Room for the last 14 or 15 years. There's about 100,000 of you a month that come to the website and listen to what we do, and we appreciate it. And I don't know how many people hear about us through Facebook and the other electronic media, but we appreciate you being there. And Helen, I appreciate you more than anything being a part of this for all these years in Reno. Y'all have been my partners in this, and we're about to do some pretty exciting stuff here in the
Yes,
next
we
few
are.
weeks and months, and that we'll tell you more about soon, but just hang on. The best is yet to come, and you're in the music room too.